Hello students, in today's lecture we are going to again continue with the chapter number 9. In that we are going to learn the topic dictionary. So basically we have seen list topic. So to create list we are making use of square brackets. After that we have learned tuple, how to create tuple. So to create tuple we are making use of round brackets. Similarly, in case of dictionary, if you want to create dictionary, we will use we will make use of curly brackets. Okay, and like list and tuple, it's not just the elements which we are adding with the help of comma. No, dictionary is nothing but the key and value pair. It stores the information in the form of key and value pair. Means we should provide one key, then put colon symbol, and after colon provide the value for that particular key. Values can be repeated but key should not be repeated. Just remember this point. Key should be unique in case of dictionary. So just see the first example, that is this dict. This is the name of the dictionary which we want to create, equal to within curly brackets, within double quotes, brand colon within double quotes 4. So this is nothing but brand is nothing but the key and its value is 4. So this is first value or first element of the this dictionary. Then second element which we have provided, that is model, and the name of the model is Mastam. And after that year, and year is 1964. So this is the dictionary which we have created. So we have used curly brackets and key and value pair, and simply print into round bracket this dict. You will get able to see the output as below, that is within curly brackets all the three elements which we have provided to the dictionary, that will get displayed. After that, the next topic is accessing the elements. If you want to access a particular value for a specific key, then in that case just write down x equal to name of the dictionary, that is this dict, into square bracket, write down any key whose value you want to see. So now we pass the key as model. So what is the value for model? Mastam. Similarly, if you pass the value as year, you will get the output as 1964. That is, with the help of key name we can we can see the values respective of that key. Then the next topic is, with the help of get method also we can be able to see the value of a specific key. So again, in this example also, the first dictionary which we have created, we are taking the same example only, and x equal to this dict dot get into round bracket within double quotes we have provided the key as model. So what is the value for model? Mastam. So that will get displayed. So with the help of within a square bracket you can provide the key, or you can make use of get method to just to check the value of a specific key. Then the next thing is change the values. Change the values means now we are coming to the topic, that is mutable and immutable. First we have seen string topics. So strings are immutable. Then we have seen list topic. Lists are mutable. Then we have seen tuple. Tuples are immutable. But the dictionary is mutable, means we can change the value for a specific key. So just see the example. We are having again same dictionary with the same elements, same values, and the last sentence, that is this dict into square bracket within a double quotes we have used year key. And now previously the year was 1964 and I want to change the value of this key, and I have made 2018. And just after execution of this program you will able to see that the changes are appeared in the output. It means what? The dictionaries are mutable. We can change its value. Then the next topic is loop through a dictionary. Loop through a dictionary means we are making use of for loop just to see the dictionary. But in that also, in this also we are having two things, that is if you want to see the key, only keys, then it is possible. If you want to see only the values, that is again possible, and also you can see the key and values. Okay, but just to see the key and values we don't need to use the for loop and all. We can directly print the list, print the dictionary. So loop through a dictionary, just see the first example. Again here the dictionary which we have taken in the first slide, the same we are using. For x in this int, this dict colon print x. So by default, if we are printing the value of x, the keys which we have provided, that will get displayed, okay, with the help of normal for loop. Just see the next example. In next example, we are having the output as values. So if you want to see the values, what you will write, again use the same for loop. For x in this dictionary, and in print, just print this dict into square bracket x. So within a square bracket x, we are providing the value, means we want to display the value of the x key, okay. So only if you are printing the value x, you will get to see the keys which are present in your dictionary. And in this case, in second example, we are printing the this dicts into square bracket x, means we want the values for all the keys which we are having. And there is one more way, with the help of, you can display only the values which are available in the dictionary which you have created, that is values method. For x in this dict dot values, then parenthesis colon and print x. So because you have written this dict dot values, all the values, that is 4 Mustang 1964, will be stored one by one inside x variable which we are printing. So there are 3 examples we have seen. Normally for is the same, but printing, just see the print statement, there is a change in print statement, okay. Next we are again having, that is if you want to say values along with the keys, that is again possible with the help of items method, that is for x comma y. So now we want to display keys and values. So for key and value, we should have separate variables, okay. And this is the reason why in this example, for x comma y, so x will display, or x will have the keys, and y will have the values, okay. So for x comma y, in this dict dot items method, with the help of item methods, all the elements along with the key and values we can be able to see store in the for loop. So and then we have printed the print x comma y. So in x we are having the keys, and in y we are having the values. So like that the output is displayed. Then there is one more thing, that is check if key exists. That is if you want to check whether a certain key is present in the dictionary or not. So again this thing, that is check if the key exists or not, or element exists or not, this we have already used in list as well as tuple. The same thing is there in dictionary also. You just have to provide, if within the double quotes, just provide the key which you want to check whether it is exist in your list or not. So if within double quotes we have written model in this list, and if we found this key, that is model is present in this dictionary, then the sentence will be displayed as yes, model is one of the keys in this dictionary, okay. So definitely we are having model as the key, so we will get the output as yes, model is one of the keys in this dictionary, okay. Then again now we are going to start with the different methods which are available, okay. So the first method which we are having in string also, list also, tuples also, that is len. With the help of len method, we can find out the number of key and values pair which are present in our dictionary. So as we have created for this also, we will take the first dictionary only. Just see the dictionary which is present in the second example, which is having 3 elements. So same dictionary we have referred. So we will make use of, how we will use the length method, print into round bracket len, and within length write down the name of the dictionary whose items you want to check, okay. So len into round bracket this dict round bracket, close the round bracket of length, you will get to see the output as 3. After that we have seen that we can change the elements, or we can change the value of a specific key. Now we can even add also new item in the dictionary with the help of it is not we don't need to use special method. Normal way also we can add the items, that is just see the dictionary which we are having, which is having 3 keys, brand, model, year. And now I want to add one more key, that is color, and which is having value as red. So how we will write? Just write down your dictionary, and after dictionary write down this dict within a square bracket, within a double quote specify the key which you want to add. Okay, and equal to, within a double quote just write down the value of that specific key, that is red, and print this dict. You will able to see that all the three keys which are present previously, along with that the new key which we have added, that will get displayed. Okay, now we have added the item. Similarly, if you want to remove the item, for removing we are having so many options actually. First option to remove the element or the key value pair from the list is pop method. Again just write down the list. After that, this dict dot pop, that is we are applying the pop method on this dict dictionary, and which element or which key we want to remove, model. So just write down within a double quotes that value. So this dict dot pop into round bracket within a double quotes model is there, means we have removed the model key. So you will able to, or you will get the output as brand and year. Only these two keys will be present inside your dictionary. After that, one more method which is used to remove the item, that is pop method. Okay, so just see the example. Now we are having three keys, that is brand, model, year. Then we have applied the pop item method, but in pop item method we have not provided any value. So basically pop item method will by default remove the last key which is present in your dictionary. So in our example, which is the last key, year, so that will get removed. So if you want to delete a specific key, you can make use of pop method, and if you want to delete the last key and value pair, then you can make use of pop item method. Okay, then there is one more way with the help of which we can delete the item, that is del keyword. Okay, just write down del, this dict into square bracket within a double quotes write down the name of the key which you want to remove. Okay, so this is one way of using del. With the help of del keyword actually we can remove the item also, and we can delete the entire dictionary also. So if you are writing del and then directly name of the dictionary, then that particular line will remove the entire dictionary. And in first half example, what we have written, that is del this dict into square bracket we have provided the key. Okay, and this is the reason why only that key and its value is deleted. So del keyword is used in two way. It can delete a specific key value pair, as well as it can delete the entire dictionary also. Okay, then one more method is there which is used to delete all the items of the dictionary, that is clear method. How you will use it? Just write down the name of the dictionary dot clear. So this method will not delete the dictionary, it will delete all the elements of the dictionary, and this is the reason why after applying clear method, if we are trying to print the dictionary, then you will get the empty curly brackets, because clear method had removed all the elements of the dictionary. So for removing we are having total 4 options: pop item is there, del is there, and clear is there. Now copy dictionary, that is copy dictionary means if you want to copy one dictionary to the other one, then definitely now just see the first example. We are having first dictionary as this dict, and all the elements or key and value pair of this dictionary I want inside my dict dictionary which I have newly created. So what we will write, my dict equal to this dict dot copy method. So by writing this statement, this dict dictionary's items will be copied inside my dict. Okay, and then we have printed the my dict, and you will be able to see all the items which are present inside the this dict, means the items are copied successfully. There is one more method, that is dict. Dict function is there, which is again used to copy. Copy function is there, along with that copy we are having dict. Again the way of writing is same, just have the one dictionary, then my dict equal to dict into round bracket this dict. So dict method or function will copy all the elements and key and value pairs of this strict dictionary inside the MyDict. And when we will print the MyDict, we will get to see all the elements of this dict only. So this is one more way to copy all the elements of the list. Then we have nested dictionary also. Nested dictionary also means within my family is the dictionary, equal to within curly brackets we are having pairs of curly brackets. If you notice, 3 pairs of curly brackets. So these 3 pairs of curly brackets represent 3 different dictionaries. So 3 different dictionaries are stored inside one name, dictionary name, that is my file, and you will be able to get to see the output, how it is displayed. And then the next topic is dict constructor. Like list constructor we are having, tuple constructor we are having. That is, with the help of constructor we can create the specific type, that is we can create the list or we can create the tuple. Similarly, dict constructor is used to create a dictionary. So just see the example. This dict equal to dict constructor we have used into round bracket, we have provided the key and value pair. But now just see, in previous example we have used double quotes while providing the keys. Okay, so now while providing the values to the dict constructor, we have not used string literals. This is very important. Means when you are making use of dict constructor to create a dictionary, the key should not be a string literal, means it should not be a string. And this is the reason why brand equal to value can be string, but key should not be the string literal. And this is the reason why we have not specified the keys within double quotes. Okay, and while providing the values, we are not using any separate round bracket curly brackets. Directly provide the comma separated list of key and value pair. Okay, so with the help of dict constructor, this is one more way to create a dictionary. And now the last slide, that is methods, which we have already seen so many methods. Clear method, to clear all the elements or to remove all the elements from the dictionary. Copy method, it is used to copy one dictionary to other. Then from keys method is there, that is it returns a dictionary with the specified keys and value. Means if you want to display a specific value of a specific key, then in that situation you can make use of from key method. Then we have get method. With the help of get method, we have already seen this, that is it returns all the value of the specified key. Then we are having items method. Items method means it will, in for loop we have used this method, that is this dict dot items. So it will get all the key and value pair from the dictionary, and which we can use to display while using the for loop. So that is items method. Then we are having keys method, that is if you want to only display the keys, then we can make use of keys method. Pop method is there. Pop method is used to remove the specific element. Pop item will remove the last element of the dictionary. Then set default method is there, returns the value of the specified keys. If the key does not exist, insert the key with the specified value. So set default means if you want to display the value of specific key, just provide set default into round bracket the key and value pair. If that particular key is present, then the output will be displayed. Is not present, then the new key is added to the dictionary. Then we have update method. With the help of update method, we can update the dictionary with the specified key and value pair. And last method is values method. If you want to see only the values of a respective key, then in that situation we can make use of values method. So this much is there in dictionary topic. Again, so now we are done with the most we can say that more important 4 topics, that is string, list, tuple, dictionary. And if you want to remember all the points, then just you have to create a differentiate, just create difference table, the common methods, uncommon methods, with the help of which it will be easy for you to remember everything. Otherwise at the time of exam actually you will get confused, because same methods are there, same way is there. So difference wise try to remember all these 4 topics. So this much is there in today's lecture. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe.